The other film we watched was Violent Night.
Yes.
It was a Violent Night.
Starring Hellboy.
Yeah.
As Santa Claus.
The Stranger Things man.
He was the Stranger Thing.
He was. My big takeaway with this film was it was fine, and I wish they either committed more to the joke of Santa Claus being drunk and being basically bad Santa, or they committed more to the joke of Santa Claus being the super jolly, happy guy who just stumbles across a house where he's being shot at and held hostage and shit.
Which to me, that second one's way funnier.
It's such a funny... That's my problem with this film. Every choice it makes, it feels like it takes the less funny option. It's weird. It's essentially trying to be Die Hard with Santa. Yeah. With some Home Alone in there as well. But it always takes the choice that makes it more the conventional action film when it turns Santa into more of the conventional.
Like it goes down like the more like nobody. Like John Wick route. Because I have like a soft spot for like a lot of these movies, like the John Wick-esque kind of movies, and like because they're not, because I don't know, like for me, like they're not great. It's like Bullet Train. Yeah, Bullet Train is shit, and I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I know I personally have fun with it.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Because it's silly and it's fun.
It is silly,
and that's kind of where I'm at with this one. Where I do think Bullet Train was better, but I know, like for me, like Violent Night, it's got this weird problem where it's like a perfect 90-minute story. Yeah, but for some reason, it's nearly 2 hours long.
It's a problem that's plagued a lot of films this year. I feel like
that's a big problem with just films in general.
Well, I genuinely think if you were to look over the majority of our reviews of films this year,
it's been too long.
Yeah, that's been our main criticism with almost every film.
I feel like a lot of filmmakers have just, I don't know, they've just struggled. Where like a film has to hit this point where a film can't just be 90 minutes.
No, exactly. And
you can't just drop a 90-minute film.
Wish this was 90 minutes. If genuinely, because this film obviously came from like a drunken premise, or came from an improv premise, or like a Saturday Night Live sketch idea. If this was literally just a film where they went, fucking Santa. Yeah. He appears in a house that's being like held, rich people getting held hostage or whatever. Yeah. He has to say, like, he gets caught up in it and he ends up trying to save them and do cool shit. That's the 90-minute. You throw in a few action set pieces. That's it, yeah. And it's just Santa going around being a fucking badass.
No, that's why Nobody was so great. Yeah. It's because Nobody is like, and it's a 90-minute film. Yeah. That gets in, does its thing, and then that's it. It's done.
I do also think this film reaches critical mass overload of corny Christmas lines by about the halfway point. Yeah. It's got they never said seasons be things.
That wasn't. Yeah, it's in the trailer, but it's not. Because I was waiting for it. But
I was like waiting on the edge of my seat, like
I was like, say it, like woo, like but no.
They say every other line possible. Santa Claus is coming to town. Ho 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 has been said like 15 times.
But bar humbug, motherfucker.
Bar humbug, motherfucker.
That was good.
That was cute.
I was that one.
I do wish David Harbour played it more as Santa Claus and less as David Harbour.
Yeah, because I think that is kind of the problem with the film. It's like it like the Santa role is good, but I do think
the Christmas stuff feels very forced on. It is. It almost feels like it was an action film that was written. Yeah, and then they went, like, how do we make this interesting? Oh, he's Santa.
But also as well, it's the thing of like the family. And like, like the little girl like wants the family to be back together, and but the dad is like.
Weirdly enough, I think the best comedy in the film comes from that stuff, but I think the worst stuff comes from that stuff.
It's weird because I think what it is that stuff isn't bad necessarily. Cause I understand it where it's trying to bring in that Christmas movie energy. It's bringing that into it where it's got like here's a cute schmaltzy like Christmas story that's also in the middle of this action film. Yeah. But which can work, but I don't think it as like fluidly does it. No. Because it's one of them where you have all these scenes like, oh, Santa's like bad and he's drunk about bad, and it goes like, oh, but it's Christmas.
the
weird.
middle slogs.
There's like a big gap in the middle where it is just Santa's walking around.
He's just injured.
He's
so injured in the middle.
He's so like, it's funny when you watch the trailers because it makes it sound like, oh, he's a badass.
He gets his ass kicked.
He gets beat the shit out of.
Until he's remembered about the spirit of Christmas and he discovers a hammer. And then he's like, oh, fuck yeah. And then he's suddenly like the greatest warrior.
Yeah, he basically turns on God mode.
Yeah.
Like,
but until then, he gets fucked constantly.
He does get fucked.
Yeah, well, it's not, but the pacing kills this film.
It definitely hits.
Started off with a few good action scenes. Santa gets his ass kicked, and then you've got about a 40-minute chunk of Santa walking around injured, talking to a little girl.
Yeah.
And then
okay, I will admit, the stuff with the little girl is cute.
Yeah, no, it's cute.
Yeah, like all that stuff is really really
it
cute.
goes on.
It does. I think like the stuff with the little girl like herself is really good and really cute and like really.
And a lot.
It's why I think a lot of the film works for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's that there's a lot of charm with her and Santa, but
that focusing around that central relationship was a really good idea.
Yeah, cause it's really cute and it's really like it does.
The family stuff I don't give two shits about.
No, I feel like you could either cut it out or just kind of devote less time to it.
I do find it funny that we have the same issue with this film is the same issue as in Marvel stuff, where the villain has a point.
Yeah.
And the villain is 100% right.
Yeah.
But he just kills a few too many people.
Yeah, because there is also like a family of rich assholes
who have stolen money from the government.
Yeah, the little girl's innocent, so she shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
These guys aren't necessarily good people either.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say the rich people are good either.
So
like, they're kind of assholes.
Santa's kind of saving the rich people from
Which is funny because there's that scene in the beginning where he's talking about how the country's run on greed.
And then he saves those people. Mm-hmm. It's weird.
I guess because the little girl's not like that.
But then save the little girl and have the rest die. I thought
But Santa can't do that.
I thought fucking TikTok influencer boy and the other lady, I thought they were gonna die.
I honestly would have. I was really hoping he'd do a really graphic death scene where one of them's the TikTok and it's shot.
You know the scene when the Krampus guy is like, which of you guys should I shoot?
Yeah.
I was so ready for those two to die, and then they just don't. But no, there's no emotional connection with any of the rest of the family aside from
because they are assholes.
Because they're all assholes. I don't care if Santa.
But there's no, I think that was something I was a bit that kind of run me the wrong way was why to me either kill them or have them go on, which I don't like this either, but at least give them a redemption arc.
No, I would much rather genuinely
you know what I mean?
If this was about Santa Claus saving the day. And the family is saving the fucking Cratchits from Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
And they're the greatest people on this fucking planet. Then fair play.
Yeah.
Or if it's if it is just Die Hard and it's just a fucking office or something. It's just a bunch of random workers. Cool. Why is it a rich family?
I guess because rich people have vaults with 300 million.
True. But so you can say so does a company. I don't know.
But I guess you don't want to make it too similar to Die Hard.
But it is. So why pretend?
Well, it is, but it also has the Home Alone aspect as well.
True.
And I think it's what it is they want to have it not necessarily just.
They want to have an homage to every because essentially
it's Die Hard.
Yeah.
Home Alone.
Every Santa movie.
Yeah.
A lot of
Bad Santa.
It's a lot of Bad Santa.
Yeah.
And I think that's also my problem is I think it leans way too heavily on the really tired and cliche. Ooh, what if Santa said fuck?
Yeah, what if Santa said fuck?
And what if we made Santa an alcoholic?
See, that's the thing is for the most part.
That stuff isn't funny.
The funniest jokes to me, even though I don't like the family, they were the funniest jokes because they were just some good lines.
Yeah.
But it's one of them where I feel like either.
David Harbour's really not funny in it.
But
I think it's more a case of his character.
But I also think as well, they do kind of give up on making him have jokes by the end. I feel like they kind of give up on that.
They just want the jokes to be the lines.
It's one that we're the actual the rich family, even though I do think it is weird with that rich family because I do think they are funny.
Yeah.
But it's weird how the film ends and they don't really have they don't really learn anything.
No.
Really. I mean, I guess the old lady saves them.
And I guess the dad burned money, but then it's like that wasn't even useful.
But even
so he
then,
just burned money for no reason.
But even then, the mother's like proud of him.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, well, yeah, because it's like, oh, it's like, I don't know, taking initiative.
You were an asshole.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, like you didn't kiss my ass, so I like you now. It's like again, like
and we never really got. Like,
yeah.
They kind of try to explore their backstory, but then they realize, the audience don't care. And so they barely do.
And that's what I mean. That's just what the box the film down is. Why is this here?
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been. You don't need to have this backstory. But honestly, I think it'd be.
Cut the first. Yeah, have the prologue where Santa's in the bar.
Yeah.
And then have the next scene after the credits be Santa going to people's houses, and then you have Santa come into a rich people's mansion and hear gunshots. There you go.
Yeah, because it's simple and it's a fun premise of Santa basically is in the middle of a heist.
Yeah. You do not need to establish a kid's backstory.
Yeah.
Because they're a kid.
Yeah, because like
the charm still works.
Yeah, it's a somewhat because I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to make a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It's like so they're trying to do the thing of the kid like she loves Christmas.
You can have the whole hotline to Santa thing come from literally they're in the room with the robbers. He passes a walkie-talkie or something that was like he had wrapped or whatever, and he's like, oh, this is a hotline. Like, and she's like getting scared. He's like, this is a hotline to Santa. He'll protect us. Don't worry. And then he's like, oh, Santa's not real to his wife, like to his ex-wife or whatever. And then yeah, cool. All of the exposition in the first half is solved there. And you can do some little fucking dynamics and talking in that first robber scene.
Yeah, like it's a weird one
you
because
don't need 20 minutes of setup.
Because I figure
even if some good jokes come from that.
Yeah, like it's odd because it is like the sort of. It's a weird film because it's at its best when it simplifies itself. Yeah. When it overcomplicates, that's a problem.
Yeah.
When it
I didn't argue that's the case in the action.
Yeah.
There's a bit where Santa puts some fucking like pool balls in a stocking, and that's sick.
That was cool.
But then there's bits where like you give Santa like so many fucking weapons.
I mean, to be fair, that with the hammer.
With the hammer's cool.
That was fucking cool.
But I think they kind of overcomplicate Santa's action to a certain point. I mean, it's so dark as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because it's in a shed. The shed can have lights.
At least like natural light.
I'm so sick of action scenes taking place in pitch black.
See, movies just take place in pitch black in general now. That's kind of a big problem. Like most films, you can't fucking see them.
I feel like with this, we're just kind of exposing all our problems with cinema.
A little bit, yeah.
It's a perfect movie to like end the year with.
No, yeah,
it just summarizes the year's problems. It's too long, too much takes place in pitch black, and it's too overcomplicated.
But despite all that, I was like, yeah, that was cute.
It's somehow still quite fun.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I came out going, that was cute. Like if that was ever on at Christmas, I'd be like, yeah, I'll watch it.
That's a Christmas movie.
It's cute.
It will probably be this year's Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah, because there's not really much else Christmas, is there? What else is
the
there?
New Scrooge, Christmas Carol, The Spirited. Oh, sorry. Let's not forget about Apple TV's Spirited. Sorry, I just forgot about Apple TV's Spirited because it's fucking spirited.
If you like what you heard today. No, like that. Like, that's it. That's all there is.
Yeah, there's a few fucking... There's Your Christmas on Mine on Amazon Prime.
That's not a real movie.
There's some money.
You're talking about fake adverts. You're talking about like fake adverts and like 30 Rock, not like actual like.
Bro, I saw an advert for this movie and I was shocked that just like. I thought these films just were posters on like if you click on
like
them in a
fake
streaming
posters,
service.
Yeah.
Like if you like click to press play, it just the whole thing crashes.